For the giver chapter 14 questions, just a couple of quick reminders. Before you do anything, please make sure that you put your name and your homeroom on the assignment. The directions for this assignment say, answer the following questions after reading the sections of The Giver by Lois Lowry mentioned above. All short answer and extended response questions must be answered in complete sentences. As with all of the previous chapters, you do need to list all of the settings and the characters. And these are not just explicitly stated settings and characters, but settings and characters that we can logically, from the context clues, figure out. For example, if the giver is transmitting a memory to Jonas, then we know that they are in the annex, and we know that the giver is there, we know that Jonas is there. If Jonas is talking with his family over an evening meal, it might not say that they're in their dwelling, but we know that they're in their dwelling. And we also know all the members of Jonas's family. So even if they're not all mentioned by name, we know that that's where they are because they observe the same rules and routines and rituals every day in this community because they have something called sameness that we have talked about. Question 2. What memory does the giver transmit to Jonas at the beginning of this chapter? This is not going to be highlighted for you. You do need to read and figure out what it is that is being transmitted. Question 3. What are 3 rules from chapter 9 that Jonas must exercise in this chapter? Why does he need to use each rule? So you need to name each rule, explain why he used it. Number 4, why do you think one set of identical twins is always released? So you need to justify this. You need to explain why. That's why the word why is in the question. Question 5. What do you think are the answers to Jonas's questions on the top of page 115? You need to look in the book at the top of page 115 and figure out what those questions are and answer them based on your predictions. Question 6. How did Jonas feel about giving a memory to Gabriel? 7. Why do you think Jonas was able to transmit a memory to Gabriel when he couldn't with Asher, Lily, or his father? So why do you think that this is a thing? Why do you think it took place? You need to explain yourself. What do you think of Jonas's decision not to tell about transmitting the memory? Explain your reasoning. Make sure that you do that. Lastly is the vocabulary. For each of those vocabulary words listed, you need to complete the activities below. Each completed box is worth 2 points. You must provide the page number for each word and then predict what you believe it means before giving the definition. The definition right here is what you do last, because how can you predict what a word means if you already know? Okay? Your predictions, if they're wrong, are fine. You're not going to lose points. What you will lose points for is doing this in the wrong order. So make sure that you follow directions.